Hey, what's up guys, it's Shani. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought it would be helpful to share how I got monetized in under 90 days and how you can also. I'm going to reveal everything that I did. So I've been overthinking this for years and years and years, and then finally in 2024 I put my foot down and I was like, girl, you've been wanting to do YouTube for so long, like now's the time to do it. For context, I started my channel in 2014. At 14, through my teen years, through undergrad, I wasn't really taking it seriously. I was very inconsistent. My videos were not interesting. No one was clicking on them. I was getting like 20 views, 30 views per video. I didn't really have a niche. I didn't really know like what I wanted to talk about. I didn't really have much to talk about either. So if you're thinking about YouTube, now is definitely the time to do it, especially with TikTok possibly being banned. People are going to be looking for other content to watch. In this video, I'll talk about the full monetization process, how I hit 4,000 watch hours, content strategy that worked for me, as well as editing tips, because if TikTok goes away, CapCut will go away as well. And I know a lot of people rely on CapCut to edit, but I use Final Cut Pro, so I can talk a little bit about that. As of January 2025, to be monetized on YouTube, you need at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Those watch hours have to be within the past 12 months, or you can get 10 million YouTube short views in 90 days. Now, let's be real. 4,000 watch hours as someone who is just starting from zero seems like a daunting task, but I think with the right strategy, with the right mindset, you could definitely achieve it. But those are the requirements set by YouTube for you to get monetized and make some money on AdSense. So after you qualify, YouTube will send you like a little notification on your phone if you use the YouTube Studio app, and they'll also send you like an email basically saying like, oh my gosh, congratulations, like you qualified to be a YouTube partner. From there, YouTube reviews your channel, which takes a couple of weeks. For me, they started reviewing my channel once I hit 3,000 watch hours. So the first video I posted this year was July 11th, 2024, and that one was my Tesla Model Y delivery day video, which did extremely well. At the time in July, I had 1,284 subscribers, so already I had met one of the requirements. The reason why I already had over 1,000 subscribers is, like I was saying, I've been doing YouTube on and off since 2014. At the time, I had 333 watch hours, which is not bad, but you need 4,000 watch hours. November 9th is when I hit 3,000 watch hours, and that's when I initially applied for monetization. I don't know if it's the same for other people, but at that time, my channel was growing really fast. A lot of people were watching my videos, so it only took me 13 days to go from 3,000 hours to 4,000 hours, at which point, once I hit that 4,000 hours, I literally was just monetized because I had already applied previously because they had given me the option to. So by November, I got the little thingy in the mail. Okay, so how I hit the 4,000 watch hours so fast is I started focusing on longer videos, because the longer your video is, higher the probability that people will watch for longer. For me, I usually aim to hit a watch time percentage of 30 to 50%. Like, it's normal for people to want to like skip around the video to the parts that they're interested in most. So if you look at my channel during that time, I did a lot of like lifestyle content. So I did like my Tesla delivery video, and then I also moved, so I had a lot of moving videos, I had a lot of travel videos at that time. So there was a lot kind of going on that I had to post, and that's kind of what I wanted to share, was just like lifestyle content. I also mixed in high retention videos, which are just videos like tutorials and informative content. And so during that time, while I was trying to get monetized, I had basically two ongoing series, which were my moving videos and then my Tesla videos. So my Tesla delivery day vlog, there's a lot of talking points in there that I think people found really informative, which led them to asking questions in my comments, and I responded to literally all of them as much as I could. From there, I took all the comments on that video and made it a separate video in itself, just just talking about the whole process of buying a Tesla and what it's like to order a car online. And then I took comments from that video and made a follow-up video about the ambient lights inside my car because people were interested in that as well. And so I just kept on like kind of going with that trend of the Tesla videos. And I did a similar thing with the moving videos where I would just kind of expand upon what I had already done. So I'm kind of like creating a series. I didn't consistently upload, even though a lot of people say that that is a requirement to do. I just did not have the bandwidth to do that. I am a full-time student and I work full-time, so I'm very busy in my day-to-day life just trying to get stuff done and trying to grow in my career in corporate America. I at least uploaded at least like 2 to 3 times a month, which is fine. Like I would try to upload every weekend, but when I couldn't, I would just upload the next weekend. Had I been more consistent, I would have probably been monetized a lot quicker. Some people say to upload at least 2 to 3 times a week, but for me that was not feasible. I could not do that. I would be suffering in school, in my corporate life. It would have been difficult. I mean, it's possible, of course. When there's a will, there's a way. You could definitely do it. Another thing for me is I value quality over quantity. I'm a perfectionist, so all of my videos have to be perfect. For me, I always say like every minute of a video of mine that you see, it probably took me about an hour to edit it. So if it's like a 10-minute video, I probably spent like 10 hours on it because I perfect every single second with everything that you see added on the screen, all of the doodles, all of the subscribe buttons, all of the text on screen, and zoom ins, zoom outs, cuts, all of that. It takes really long to make engaging content, and at that time that's what I wanted to focus on, was to create high quality engaging content where people could get to know me, but it's also visually appealing and it kind of takes them along this storyline. It's almost like a mini movie of my life, or at least I try to make it like an episode of my life that people are watching. Because if your content is not visually engaging and you're on YouTube, it's just kind of like what are you doing? You know, sometimes people will watch you on their TV and if they don't want to see something that's not, you know, put together and looking nice. That's why it takes me so long to upload, and why sometimes I'm not able to upload so frequently is because the video has to be perfect in my eyes. And if it's not perfect, then I feel bad uploading it. And sometimes you can see it in my analytics. When I don't spend that much time editing a video, you can see it because people don't watch that long, and when people don't watch that long, YouTube doesn't recommend your video anymore. People don't know that it's out there because YouTube isn't showing it to them. And so if YouTube isn't showing it to them, you're not going to get the watch hours and you're not going to get the subscribers, and that's just kind of the reality of it. So for me, I knew that every second counts, every millisecond counts, every text on screen counts, every edit counts, and if I don't have the time to make a video perfect, I don't want to make it. And so I know myself, every video has to be perfect, or at least close to perfect. It will never be perfect the way that I want it to be, because I mean, it's just me. I'm the one who's coming up with the ideas, filming it, editing it, posting it, doing the SEO stuff behind the scenes. Like, there's a lot of steps that people don't realize. As much as I would love to be able to post 2 to 3 times a week, that is like more than a full-time job. And when you are not monetized, it's hard to be motivated to do that if you're not, you know, being paid for this. Now, did I do this to get paid? No. It's always been my creative outlet. Being paid is just an add-on bonus. Would I quit my job for YouTube? As of right now, no. I don't make enough on YouTube to quit my job right now, but I do make other streams of income which supplement the YouTube income. But even then, I would not be willing to risk my career for YouTube. That's another thing. If you guys are interested in knowing how you can make money through content that's just not through AdSense. I would be happy to do another video, but that is just like another world on its own, completely separate from being monetized on YouTube. So to make a long story short, here's what worked for me. I posted longer videos. Longer videos to me are over 10 minutes, ideally 15 to 30-minute long videos, and I made sure that they were extremely engaging from beginning to end, so people would watch at least 30 to 50% of my videos. Although I didn't post frequently, I had 2 ongoing series at the same time, which were my Tesla videos, which did really well, and my move-in series, which did really well also. I also replied to all the comments. Every time someone leaves me a comment, I make sure to reply and engage because community is everything. I would rather have a smaller channel with a really engaged community. Imagine having a channel where you have like almost 2 million subscribers, and when you post a vlog, only like 1,000 people watch or 2,000 people watch. I would rather have a small channel. Like if I have 2,000 subscribers right now, I'd rather have that and get 2,000 views than to have like 2 million subscribers and get 2,000 views. Another thing that I didn't touch on is engaging titles and thumbnails. If you look at my channel, I do have pretty consistent like thumbnail layouts that I do, and YouTube has this feature where you can test out 3 thumbnails at a time. So like when you upload your video, you can upload 3 thumbnails and you will do a test to see which thumbnail is the best and which thumbnail people clicked on the most and which ones had the highest watch time. The thumbnail is extremely important because it's what people see first and what makes them decide if they want to watch your video or not. If your thumbnail is bad, people are probably not going to click on it. So I always put like text on screen, and I make sure that the picture is like really clear so people can see what it is. A lot of this is a lot of trial and error to see what resonates with your audience and just kind of tailoring it to them, but also staying true to yourself. Personally, for me, I would rather stay true to myself and do what I like and put out what I like. You know, I don't think that I would want to create content where I'm not happy creating it. Like I don't want to be forced to do this because this is a creative outlet for me. I don't want to be like overly like loud and stuff like that if that's not naturally you. Naturally, I'm a very introverted person. It takes a really long time for me to open up to people. Even some of my current friends, like it took me a really long time to feel comfortable enough to open up to them and to form a friendship because I have a lot of trust issues. Okay, so let's go on to editing tips. This could also be like a whole nother video on its own if you guys are interested. I use Final Cut Pro. Sometimes I'll use CapCut for TikTok videos because it's easier for me to edit like vertical videos on my phone than on Final Cut Pro. But for the YouTube videos and everything else on YouTube, I do it on Final Cut Pro. I've had Final Cut Pro since 2019, so I've had quite a number of years of experience. I like Final Cut Pro. I like that I can add plugins and I can be pretty creative in what I want to do on there. I like that you can edit audio on there. There's a lot of color grading options, a lot of LUT options, a lot of plugin options, a lot of text options. It's just like a lot of creative freedom on Final Cut Pro that I like. I did used to use iMovie back in high school, but I don't think I'll ever go back to iMovie just because I'm now so used to the advanced features in Final Cut Pro. Because of TikTok and shorts and just social media in general, people have shorter attention spans. I do too. If a video is long and dragged out, I find it hard to like sit down and watch it from beginning to end, which is why, like I said before, I aim for like 30 to 50% watch time for my videos. So what I like to do is to keep my intros short. I've kind of played around with not having any intros to having like a little like sneak peek into what's gonna happen in the video. Usually the intro should be pretty short and you should get to the point. People don't want to see like a 3-minute intro. I also like to add like on-screen text and sound effects, and sometimes I'll put like a little message bubble, which is just like a little side note from me. It's like you're receiving a text, a personal text from me. I add it on screen because it's something that's visually appealing and sometimes adds more context to the video. Also, I don't use text on screen too much because sometimes it can take away from the point. I added to add on to what I've already said or to call attention to something that I missed. And then comes shorts. I have a love-hate relationship with YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts are good for some channels to blow up fast, where you can gain a lot of subscribers really quickly, but that doesn't necessarily translate into watch time. But shorts do help you grow subscribers pretty quickly because it has a wider reach. People are more likely to watch like a shorts video than to like a full shorts video than to watch like a full like long form horizontal video. Sometimes you'll see channels with like a lot of subscribers, like I was saying before, like they'll have a lot of subscribers, but then like their long form horizontal videos won't have that many views, but their shorts will get like millions of views. And I guess it depends on your goal and what kind of content you prefer to make. I prefer like the long form content because I feel like it gives me the opportunity to speak freely and to connect with the audience, whereas a short, which is usually like less than 60 seconds, to connect like that, like to build a community like that, because 60 seconds is like basically like a pitch, you know, like you're just showing something really quickly and moving on, and then they swipe up and then they're gone. With the long form horizontal videos, I feel like it's more intentional. Like people have to choose to click on your video, they have to choose to stay and watch and engage and like and subscribe. So I feel like you're already building kind of like rapport through the video because of just the nature of it. But YouTube Shorts is good like if you want to just grow quickly, but I don't think it necessarily means that you will be successful in long form. But then again, never say never, because everybody's channel is different, everybody's content is different. Just because it doesn't work for one person doesn't mean it won't work for you. Final advice, because I've been talking for about an hour. YouTube is a long game, so there's no right time to start. I've been monetized since November, so it's coming up 3 months. My final thoughts, my final advice to you is to stay patient, to stay consistent, and focus on making good, high quality content. That is what worked for me, and I'm sure if it worked for me, it can work for you too. I think that if you're yourself and you have that vision for yourself to want to grow, you know, your YouTube channel, you know, sometimes manifestation is not enough. Sometimes you do need to put in the work to get to where you want to be. Manifestation is a great way to visualize, you know, your goal. But at the end of the day, you still need to put in that work in order to see the results. I think that's what I've really been wanting for a long time, is just to have a community, because if you look at my comments, it's a lot of the time, you know, women giving great advice, might I say, great advice on, you know, what I'm going through in life. And sometimes that's what you need, is just to have your community like reach out and speak from their experience so you can learn from their experience too. Like I truly believe like without community, it will be hard to grow in life, to grow as an individual, grow in business, grow in, you know, all aspects of life. I feel like community is important, and that's one of my biggest goals in 2025, is to continue to nurture and establish my community. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or any thoughts, feel free to leave them in the description down below. I'd be happy to answer any of those questions, or, you know, any discussion that you guys decide to have in the comments. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And that's all I have for today. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.